I watched and ranked every Honkai Star Rail version trailer, from way before release with the betas to now in present day in Plan Arcadia. Here's how this works. We've got 2 tier lists going. Before each trailer plays, I lock in a prediction for where I think it will land. Once that video hits play, the prediction is set in stone. I'm allowed to move which tiers they're in, but I cannot change the order that I've placed them in. Then we watch and it goes straight into the final tier list, which I can shuffle around as we go. I've played the game since release. I played it day 1 and have been playing ever since. Whilst I've kept up with dailies, events, the like, I am behind on the story. I'm some way through Amphoreus, so some of this then is very fresh. I stopped watching these version trailers as we kind of got into phases where it would feel a little bit like spoilers, so a lot of the Amphoreus saga and later on I haven't seen. With all of that out of the way, let's get into it. So, first up is second closed beta trailer, your choice. And I don't know how this will be. I don't know how these first ones will feel really, but coming in being a trailer for the beta and knowing that Hoyo already at this time were pretty well practiced with the Genshin trailers, I think we've got something quite exciting here. Yeah, I think this, to be honest though, it's quite early on. I think we're going to get a lot of like showing off the gameplay, showing off some of the initial characters. So I think we're going to find ourselves probably towards the bottom. In general, I found with trailers like this, we found it in Genshin and similarly with the other kinds of content, Hoyo keeps getting better and better. Like version on version, year on year, they're getting better and better. So I think we're going to start out with a little bit pessimistic. We'll see how it does. But yeah, here we go. 2 minutes, 18 seconds, your choice for the second beta test.
When
now
you
this
have
will be
a
the
chance
check.
to make a choice,
Audio's hopefully working.
Make one that you know you won't regret.
Okay, the line we got right at the start of the game. Showing off the Bellabog story a little bit here. Crocolia. The fight against the engine of creation. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I was completely expecting we were going to start out with here's some gameplay. We're going straight into the action.
All that perplexes you and troubles you will resolve.
And this is Kafka talking to us, right? Was that Luocha that I saw? Yeah, it's showing off a whole bunch of these maps. Like, this is more what I was expecting, but I'm surprised at the amount of, like, cutscene snippets we got right at the start of this. Underworld Doctor. Man. Feels like it's been so long since I've been to these areas.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Okay, this is so much more hype than I was expecting. It's a beta test. This is a beta test trailer. Oh my god. Yeah, so flashing through all of our characters and ending out with the MC. Wow. Oh, but we're not done. Here's the space station too. Here is Kafka, Silverwolf, and that opening.
Time to get up.
What? Am I the only one that like completely did not expect that? Wow. Okay. What an initial thing. Wait, that's the wrong tier list. This tier list I could change, and that felt incredible. Like, one thing I've been really bad at with our rankings previously is like factoring in when these things were. But like, what a start. the thing we found with Genshin is the ones with like major story happening in them were the ones that felt really good, like the new region ones and the reveals of like the final Archon quest of a given story. But what a start. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So yeah, I'm really impressed. Next, reveal trailer, Next Stop the Stars. And this was, 2021. Okay. I think we're a little bit misaligned in the ordering of these things. Oh, yeah. Thanks for the chat message there. Yeah, I think we are a little bit out of order, but I think that's probably okay. Once we get to the actual versions, we'll be nicely in chronological order. So this will have been even earlier. 1 minute 57, Next Stop, The Stars. And this is the reveal trailer. Can this be better than what we just saw? So this will have come earlier, but I feel like I want to do this, even though my heart tells me if that was the level we had, this could be really good. But I think they've got more to sell on the gameplay here, probably. Whereas that one was, get hyped for the beta. So we'll see. We'll see if this proves me wrong. But yeah, here we go. Next Stop, The Stars. 1 minute 57. Okay. Oh, man, this music is also making me feel so nostalgic for the stars.
The stellar in my body.
Are you trying to catch the stars?
Nico looking over Belobog.
Is this what your Relo 6 has become?
Wow, this looks so different, doesn't it? Like the lighting looks very different. You can tell it's gone through such a level of polish for release.
Your first trailblazing expedition since joining the crew?
Like, even the characters look a little bit different with the lighting. But yeah, I'm seeing now our Express cohort, Belobog. See, this is more the level I was expecting from the last one. Not to say this is bad, but it does feel very, very early now. But they are really nailing the music, the way they're interlacing these ultimate animations into this trailer. Svarog coming to help. Seela using her ultimate. Welt's ultimate. And Honkai Star Rail.
Humans never conceal their desire to control the heavens. So why would I?
Is that slightly different to our alt voice line? I think so. But yeah, that was really cool as well. I am quite happy though to put this lower. I think the second beta test one was incredible, and this one, whilst really good, I think doesn't quite stack up. But that's okay. So that's going to be our kind of basis to rank things off of from now. We'll see how that shifts as we go. But next we have the final closed beta test. This was in 2023. Space Comedy is the title. So I think this is going to be quite good. The last beta test one was really good, and I think I'm gonna put it in C. I'm gonna be a little bit. I think once we get into the actual version ones, we're going to be a little bit blown away with the ones that have big story related to them, similarly to how it was in Genshin. So I think C is a good placement now. So 1 minute 51. Here we go. We're looking at a bin. All the wanted posters. Still my favorite profile picture's that wanted poster one. Jabard. We in full res? Yeah, we are. Interesting. This feels like a much closer look at characters rather than showing off the game or showing off the story. Oh, I just hit forward. Oops. The Luofu, Luocha, and Sushang. The Chicken Ultimate. And Takiki. Fushuan. Alongside Yanqing, of course. Jingyuan. Yeah, this feels like a lot more fun. Here's all the characters we've got, which I think is really cool in its own right. But does it have the hype that we had in the in the second beta one? But I do feel like this feels, I guess, a little bit closer to the character that... Ooh, Pom-Pom as well.
Kids have all the fun. I'd like to explore the ship myself.
Patience. I think you're in for a surprise.
Oh? Okay. Which I think this felt like a much more take on the fact that the game, when you play it, it doesn't always feel serious. It has those moments that feel really serious, but you always have like a chaotic answer, or you can go on like a side quest fighting a bunch of bins in the mainline story. Like I feel like this showed off Star Rail's willingness to have fun whilst also showing us all the characters. So I think for me, I think we do live in this tier. And I'm going to place it there. So next we have the Tokyo Game Show 2022. So again, earlier. Okay, we're really seeing this mix and mash of the ordering of these, but that's okay. Blame the official Honkai Star Rail, the official Honkai Star Rail playlist. But yeah, I think this will be quite good. This is showing off at a convention, so it's gonna be pushing itself to be really, really stand out. So I think for that reason, I'm gonna chuck it up at the top of C here, just because I think the like major region releases and the major story releases are going to just be completely insane when compared to these early ones. So that's gonna be my placement. Let's give it a watch. Witness is the title here.
The universe. Eons. The Astral Express.
Are we going to go a little bit into the lore here?
Can I get dragged into a science fiction movie or something?
Very cutscene focused here. And also...
You also have another option. If you want,
gameplay.
you can leave with us. Sometimes we stop on other worlds and
Is
we'll
that a
continue to do so.
point towards the fact that maybe the original
Looking out at
opening
a
had
world
Kafka playing this
open
in the
like
Express?
this. But when you set foot on the planet itself, you realize how small and helpless you really are.
Wise words from Well.
Traveled world after world. We are merely passing travelers, witnesses through part of a grander story.
Our ancestors built the city, striving in the bitter snow to prolong our civilization. Even if this
The
world is
Kikolia
doomed to
fight.
fall apart,
Feels a lot
we
more
should allow humanity to pave the
relaxed
way
than
to
the
final
second
outcome.
beta test one was. But showing
It's
off
like weaving brocade.
much more in the way of
You and I
gameplay.
can only add one gold thread each time. But eventually, we will make a gorgeous pattern. The next stop, to pave the way for the future that is written. Long time no see, Astral Express crew.
Oh, and
I'd
then
like
this
you to
scene.
make a destination alteration.
That was really cool. It felt a lot more, well, a bit more relaxed than the first one. And now this scene. And Fushuan's intervention.
Your every move has been foreseen by the Omniscient. Fushun, Divination Commission.
That was quite fun. I think they did with this one quite a good job of mixing between cutscenes showing off gameplay, being in actual combat, being in the world, interacting with the objects around, then showing a whole bunch of the different characters, hints at what's kind of happening in the story. I think that was really well crafted. I don't think that will escape this tier, mainly because I think currently in my mind, I have a really big expectation of what we're going to get once we get into the actual version trailers themselves, rather than the beta, the pre-release stuff. But very, very good nonetheless. Here we go then, over to the final one of the... no, we've got two more pre-release, then the release trailer. So this is titled Nightmare, and for Gamescom 2022. A little bit shorter, and I think for that reason I'm going to go chuck it in here. I don't think there's a huge amount that they could do in 1 minute. I might be blown away, but I tend to be a little bit critical of the shorter ones. But yeah, let's give this a watch. The Astral Express. And then on the Express itself, Dan Hung's room. Ooh, are we going to hint towards the Cloud Quintet?
Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. You are not
Blade,
one of them.
Jinyuan. And now, are we going to go see some of the others?
You are one of them.
Okay.
The Shenzhou is in danger.
This is a very different tone to what I was expecting.
To make the jump. Hold on.
And there's the logging into the game. Honkai Star Rail. See, that felt so different to the last one. And they came out in similar time for 2 different gaming festivals, conventions, that kind of thing. But this one felt much more intentional of, we don't need to sell you the game. We're going to sell you a little bit of the story and a little hint at, I guess, a bit of the complexity of just one member of our Express crew. I really liked it. I said I was critical of length, but actually, I think they did just enough to get you like a little bit like, ooh, what's with this Dan Hung character? So yeah, happy with that. Next, we have the Summer Games Fest 2022. So a little bit earlier than the last one. To You Who Will Soon Depart. This 1 minute 38. Now, that being said, of how I liked that it was short, and I think it worked quite well, I am going to go chuck it in here. We'll see. Prove me wrong again, Hoyo, as you always do. Here we go then. To You Who Will Soon Depart. Okay. Very cutscene based again. But cutscenes in the game, whereas the last one was cutscenes that also weren't necessarily
You are in a daze right now. You don't know who you are.
I feel like I've never
why
really
you're
looked
here.
up in that part of the space station
None of
there.
that matters. In the near future, you will encounter many perils.
The arrival of the
You will meet
Doomsday
companions
Beast,
who treat you like family.
showing off a whole bunch of our characters
and embark
again.
on unimaginable adventures. Remember what you feel.
They're doing such a good job with like the music here,
As long as you know
building
in
the
your heart
intensity
through your
alongside our
You will arrive at the end of the
such
story.
recognizable Star Rail song. There's got to be a title for it that I just don't know.
That's the you I like.
I don't think Kafka ever said that, did she? Not that I think it doesn't work. I think that line was so good.
I have wine to soothe the souls of honored guests.
So a hint at release character.
Welcome aboard.
with his splash art coming soon. I really liked that. I think they did a really cool. I say this so many times. They did a really good job of interlacing so many different characters, building the intensity with like tailor-made voice lines. I think I'm gonna chuck it here, but or maybe here and leave it there. So, sorry if it felt like I sped through those for a little bit. I think the pre-release ones are a little bit less relevant to what we're doing overall. So now we're on the official release trailer. Now, I'm not going to hit play just yet. 1 minute 47 Interstellar Journey. So this is where the game really begins. So this is the 1.0 version trailer, but realistically, it's the game's release trailer. I think we're going to go live up. Oh, that's the final tier list. God, it's going well. I think we're going to live in the C tier. I think there's so much that they can do with this trailer. I did say it's a little bit short, but I think this is going to be the point where they're going to sell, here's the game, here's the story, get excited, play it now. Like, I think that's what they're going to do. And I'm real excited to give it a watch. Great fan-made trailer. Oh, okay. Let me know towards the end, and we might watch that as a nice little bonus to add on to the end of this. But yeah, for now, we'll continue on. Release trailer. Here we go. 1 minute 47. Okay. Kafka playing with cards. Really? This was voiced? Like vocals?
Fields of ice, but hidden in starlight. Be well aware of roads we've gone by. Put yesterday's aside, made a future head on. Now trailblazers keep freedom.
I'm just vibing out to this. Like, I don't know why this song just disappeared in my memory. I feel like I've heard it recently again. Was it in the anniversary event? I think this is really fun. Like, showing off all our characters, showing so many cutscenes, hints at what's happening, but not too much. Facing off against Nanook with the preservation weapon there. That's an interesting one. Honkai Star Rail available on 4/26. Man, I don't think I've seen this before. What ended up happening is when I played the game, I was aware that it was coming out, but I didn't know exactly when. And then I happened to find out on a certain day, oh, it releases tonight. And I played it like on release, like I think like an hour or so before it was supposed to come out, because I was just refreshing it, and I had so much fun that I didn't expect to. But anyway, that's me getting sidetracked. That was really good. Is it too early to go? I think we'll have a lot of movement in this. Is it too early to go with an S tier? That was so cool. We saw so many of those cutscenes. We had vocals with the music there, showing off all the characters. Oh man, that was so good. I think I was a little bit lost for words as we were watching it, but I really enjoyed that. So I think I'm gonna leave it as, maybe it's a rogue decision, but let's leave it as is. Next we have the version 1.1 trailer, Galactic Roaming. So this will have been the release of Silverwolf, and who released alongside her? I should know this. Oh my god. Blade and Kafka came after. Luocha? Was Luocha this patch? Yeah, actually, I can see him on the on the thumbnail there. So, how will we fare against what we just saw? Ooh, I don't know. I really don't know. I think. What did we get? Major story at this point? Like the one after will have been the kind of rounding out of the arc in the Lorfu. So I think that will be really intense and like really exciting. I think I'm going to be a little bit critical and chuck it top of C, maybe here, and prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, please. I really want to be set in like a completely crazy level. But yeah, here we go.
Your fake ID info is ready. This place is different from the rest of the
It feels also
station.
bizarre.
We're on Genius Society turf.
Seeing Silverwolf like this when we see her now in the story,
Let's get going.
and
We have
now
to
in
move quickly.
her new form.
Not what we're looking for. It's a bait signal.
So this music feels so Silverwolf. What was really cool about the Genshin ones was how well
You can challenge the
they
space
shifted
station.
between music of
But
different
challenge
characters.
me? Good luck.
Herta's involvement.
Welcome to Billabog's History and Culture
Oh, this was the
Museum.
museum event. Oh, this was
As you
like,
can see,
I
the
don't
interior
think
looks brand new.
it doesn't seem like Skrullen.
But we're in a bit of a bind.
I think like on paper it doesn't seem like that fun an event, but I had a lot of fun with it.
Was stolen.
Herc being chased around, of course. And Luocha.
Let me take a look. So these are the suspects.
I remember having sustain issues for basically the entire game until Fushwani came along. Because I skipped Luocha. Well, looking a little bit confused. And Yukong's release, I guess? Was she released or now? I guess now. That would make the most sense.
Allow me to give
Hints at Jingliu. Galactic roaming. And now little hints at what's coming in the version. So, what I did with the Genshin ones is use this time to talk about them. I don't know how long we'll have these. Oh, and this was the release of the before the tutorial starts light cone. But yeah, I think this one felt more in line with what I was expecting from a version trailer. Like the last one was so hype. Like I had no idea that we'd be getting something like that. But yeah, I think this did a really good job of like showing off the 2 new characters, showing off the events in that part, and kind of mixing together with the music, showing off some of the other areas for, I guess, people that have never played, but I guess it was also relevant to what we had there. But yeah, I really liked that. That was really cool. I think for me, it lives something like here or here. I think for the time being, I'm going to put it here. And I think that makes the most sense to me right now. We'll see what movements we do as we go. But particularly this one was crazy. Like the release one was so good. And I was really, really surprised by the second beta test one we had, which for being that early before the game released, I think maybe gives us some bonus points. I don't know. You know what? Well, as you, I'm sure are aware, I make this stuff up as I go along. But yeah, that's where I'll leave things now. So now we have 1.2, which this will have been even Immortality ends. So this will have been when we had the Fantilia fight, and this will have been when we got the first hints at Imbibita Lune. He became playable the patch after ? Because this patch will have been then Blade and Kafka's release, right? I think that's the order of things. I think this is going to be quite hype. I One rule we've implemented is I can change the tiers things are in the predictions list, but I can't change the order of them. So in this case, I'm going to bump up this one and the Fantilia one up, and we'll see how it does. So yeah, that's my shift. Let's go and give it a watch. Even Immortality ends.
The
3 minutes
rules of this
16.
game are like reality. We all think we have infinite possibilities.
Wanted
but when
posters
you really
for Kafka.
analyze it, every question and answer is
That was the spot where you have
constrained
a
by
quest,
previous
right? Where you can just say no, and the quest ends. So, seeing her abilities,
Time to say bye.
the ultimate, well, kind of. They're taking a lot of liberty with how much of the animations they're really showing. Like, yeah, voice lines coming in, only little parts of the animations. But here's Blade.
You think another knave in face can blot out the sin of
I remember the second the banner changed over from Blade to Kafka going, yep, this is my time. But yeah, seeing his animations, little flashes of the story. Dan hung and pivot to Lune.
Is the key to opening a way through to the
What a time this was.
Has come in here and triggered your memory. What happens next?
Showing off the new map we got.
You, and you. All three of you are staying right here.
The karma of past lives changed the world.
Oh my god. Look at this.
I wish for you to despair, suffer, crumble, turn on one another, and destroy that which you love.
Fantilia being the big bad, and boom. Even Immortality ends. And Lucas release. That really went under the radar with this trailer. But yeah, I think they did here a really good job of showing off some of the characters that are coming, showing off Dan Hung and Bibita Lune. I remember that time. Tales of the Fantastic was here. Oh my god. World 7. Like, when this was like the peak of simulated universe happening, you'd have to actually make your way through it to get the rewards. That feels like so long ago, but yeah, that was the way things worked. But yeah, I remember like when you got to play as Dan Hung and Bibita Lune with like half of his kit and like just had the skill or like locked to just one ability. Showing off part of the second part of Forgotten Hall. Man, I forgot about that too. Regional Arena released. My head that's been there just since the beginning, but I guess not. The new relics, the speed set, which changed a lot of builds. But yeah, wow. What a trailer. I think for me it lives here, above the Silverwolf one. I don't think it quite had the hype of the release one and the beta one, but I think this was really cool. And yeah, I think beta quite happy with that. So next we have version 1.3, Celestial Eyes Above Mortal Ruins. I just had to I waited until I skipped to see which version it was. Instead of just, you know what, never mind. Well, ignore that. So this is 2 minutes 48. And this will have been then Bibita Lune and Fushuan's release. I don't remember. We won't have gotten new story at this point. So I think the main selling point of this will be the 2 new characters. And I think for that reason, I'm going to go chuck it here as a prediction. And leave it like that. So here we go. 2 minutes 48.
We honor those who have passed on.
Quality is 360p.
We place items of the dead onto star skiffs and send them out to sail between the
Ting Yun?
stars to shine brightly among them.
Before you leave, please make time to recuperate.
We have
I must attend to
Fushuan
some cloud night
in...
matters. Farewell.
I forget what this area is called. I remember seeing Fushuan's animation, like ultimate animation, and thinking, whoa, whoa, that's an alt and a half.
You know that I'm a descendant of the Lawfu Vidyadhara. You
And now,
witnessed my
Vibita Lune?
secret strength, as March would call it.
Secret strength, as March would call it. There we go.
As you can see, we added a few things to the simulated universe.
Simulated universe expansion.
Stephen Lloyd thinks this is a big achievement.
Ooh, swarm disaster.
We call it
Okay.
Simulated Universe. The Swarm Disaster.
Forgot about that releasing now. And this will have been, I forget her name now, but this patch basically sorted all my sustain issues. I did that with Fushuan and this girl, which hopefully that gives me the name because I weirdly don't remember it. Lynx. Like, in my head I was thinking Linnae, that's not right. Yeah, Lynx, thank you. And yeah, so Swarm Disaster released at this point. I don't think at the time I played much of it. And like kind of when Golden Gears came out, I finished Golden Gears and then went and finished Swarm Disaster afterwards. And Solitary Healing releasing. Otherwise, I've really enjoyed this event. It felt like it had so many like aspects to it, which were quite cool. And yeah, so I think this was a really cool trailer. It didn't quite have the impact of some of the other ones that hinted more at story, hinted more at wider like cutscene like things. This basically felt like here's some characters and simulated universe, which I think is cool in its own right, but I think I'm gonna go and plunk it here. And I think I'm okay with that. So next we've got one that similarly doesn't have story, but I think there's a lot that they can have fun with. Because this is when we went... Oh no, we did have story. This was the Trailblazer continuance with Topaz back on Belobog. But is this also the point where we had the Pokemon event? Jolted Awake from a Winter Dream. Version 1.4, and it is 2 minutes 56. I feel like there's a lot of fun that they can have with that event. And that the storyline of Belobog being in debt. I think I'm going to chuck it in B. Maybe I'm being... Okay, no. I'll do top of C. And we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so I'll leave it there. 2 minutes 56. Here we go. Version 1.4. The arena. The spark from our teeth.
Attention, all spectators! The Interastral Tournament Festival Championship is about to commence. Please take to your seats.
Topaz.
My friends, join me in this dance. Let's
There we are with our Warp Trotter.
Belobog might be in arrears, but I'm out of pocket.
So Topaz's animations are ultimate. And her standing over Belobog. Story hints, of course. And
I returned to the Lawfu so I could
Jing
surrender
Liu.
myself to the Alliance and atone for my sins. This will be the last you see of me.
This took such a like turn in like feel, visuals, voicing. I remember sitting there thinking, do I get Dan hung or do I wait? And it was the second like
High Cloud Quintet.
Jing Liu came up anywhere in the story, I was like, right, I need that character. I remember running around with the glitch that let you take the thing that covers her eyes. Like there was a trick you could do with the camera that would let you run around with her without the eye mask. Sure, I'll call it an eye mask. But yeah, what a patch, and I loved this event. This was so fun. I would say, honestly, like Star Rail events feel really good because they're always like so willing to have fun, so willing to play around. Is this like the introduction of like what is, you know what, I don't know, but they're so willing to have fun with the game, not take itself seriously, like integrate other games, which I guess all Hoyoverse titles do, but I think they really pushed the boat out with Star Rail in particular. So I think as the trailer goes, I think it lives with these guys. I'm gonna put it bottom of V for right now, and I think that's all right. So next we have the Crepuscule. Okay, I can't. Crepuscule zone. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Crepuscule. Man, I'm having some issues. Version 1.5. 2 minutes 50. So this will have been Huahua's release, Hanya's release, and this will have been when we got the spooky area. We will have had the storyline with Tail. We had the ghost hunting event with Little Gooey and Huahua. I think that was fun. But what I don't think there is as much that they can do with the trailer. So I think I'm gonna go chuck it in here. And I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. A C tier, because I just don't see it having the same for some of the more story driven ones, which I think is alright. So let's give it a watch. 2 minutes 50. Oh, are we back in? There we are.
Another
Argenti's release as well.
Shining universe.
The perfect potted plant.
Understand the beauty? I will have to show you in a way that only
This whole quest felt like a complete fever dream. He just arrives, he fights you. He then falls in love with a potted plant, fights the swarm disaster, and leaves.
What's up, guys? Most haunted place in the Luofu. Follow and share. Or else I'm gonna... I think I just...
And then yeah, this new zone.
Yo, what's up? You're finally here. Captain Huahua.
Quite the group.
You can just call me Papa.
So Huahua's animations. And the spooky attacked by ghosts nature. Oh, and then this boss that just constantly summoned enemies. Can this have been Pure Fiction release? Or did it come a patch after? Because it makes sense it coming at a similar time to Argenti, right? And that boss felt very in line with what Pure Fiction was. So the ghost hunting event alongside light cone. I didn't even I didn't even recognize that. The continuation of the underground arena fighting and new simulation universe. That new simulated universe world. Oh my god. With Glamoth and Penacony with host them? You know, I'm not sure. Glamoth and Penacony, yeah. Feels quite early for seeing Clocky in the game. We've still got 1 or 2 more patches before. But yeah, wow. That was, I think it did feel quite in this tier for me. Along with these guys, I'm gonna put it at the top, and I think I'm happy with that. We got characters, we got new area, we got event, but nothing like, oh, get excited about this part of the story. But that's okay. So, next up we have the final one of 1.x, which is 1.6, Crown of the Mundane and Divine. So this was Ron May and Dr. Ratio's release. What happened in the story? We had the new area of the space station. We had the Ron May's experiments to make new life forms. Will that show up in the trailer? I think I'm going to be a little bit on the safer end and put it here. But we'll see. We'll see what it's got in store for us. So, here we go. 2 minutes 48.
I thought member 4, Pokakakamon, had gotten rid of most of the society members.
Peppy?
I didn't have a lot of hope for this.
The introduction of the cake cat things.
Madam Herta, open zone.
So,
Class 1 clearance zone.
in the underground lowest places of the space station.
It's crucial to mask your expression until you've ascertained the situation. If not, you'll be full of weaknesses that others can see through.
Man, they look so funny, don't they? I'm also amazed that they've stuck with us for so long. Ratio's release against the swarm bugs.
Do try to think for yourself.
And of course our first free character, right? After release.
Only the wounded savior can
And now hinting at the story that happened.
light of destruction. No matter the distance.
Artificial Eon experiments. A noose of the erudition.
Audience dice.
Along with golden gears. So much stuff this patch. Oh my god. And all of that coming just before. So, Shuei's release, which, for those of you, I imagine there's not many at this point, but that's stuck around the channel for a long time. When I used to speedrun my dailies, Shuei became the peak of my Star Rail part, because you could just clear simulated universe runs really quickly with Shuei. But man, that was such a long time ago. Peppy running about. And one of the more hardcore combat events. So there was one video, sort of version trailer, Sweet Dreams preview, the Great Tartalov. I don't know if we'll have that in here. Might be something to check out. Or do I just... I think for how difficult it is to add things, yeah, we just have White Knight. Maybe we can check that out at the end, but I think for now we'll keep on track. So for this one, I think it was fun. We had the new characters, but I don't think it had the same oomph that we had in the in the ones above it. And for that reason, I'm going to chuck it top of C. And that brings us over to 2.0 with White Knight. Now, this is one I very much remember. I remember watching this in the live stream thinking, oh my god. Oh my god. I think for me, this is like my like golden era of Star Rail, which I think is the case for a lot of people. Like this was the time I was most hyped about it, and the time I was like, oh my god. But yeah, if I remember anything, this was also vocals, Aventurine and the Trailblazer dancing together, something like that. And I'm gonna put a prediction as quite high. I think this is really iconic, and for that reason, I'm gonna chuck it here. We'll see though. We'll see what it's got in store for us. 1 minute 40. Here we go. Yes. Oh. I remember watching this thinking, what the hell is happening? And it's like, it's these major version changes where we get to see so many new characters. And you just sit there and you're like, okay, I want that character. I want this character. Give me this character, please. What a time this was. And 2.0 story was like at the pinnacle. Showing off Penacony. Like, this is how you do a trailer. A giant march, a small welt. Black Swan being shown off. Interesting. This feels very Firefly rather than Sam, doesn't it? Like, at this point, we didn't know. There were like some ideas, but how cool. Wow. Like it was like, that was very noticeably Firefly flying through the flying through the distance rather than the fiery Sam form that we meet in the story. I think we live up here. Now, how do I think it compares to that? The other one I put in S. I don't know. I really don't know. I think I'm gonna leave it there. That was I really liked that. Like I think they did such a good job with the music, the, you know, showing off Penacony, showing off all the characters that we've got coming, like the hints at like the stuff with Sam and the stuff with Firefly, Acheron showing up. Like we saw Aventurine in the form that we only see him in the next patch. Like there was so much that they hinted towards that. I mean, at the time, I had no idea. Like it was then the patches that came after that I guess they do a really good job with, because they know that you won't know. Because like, yeah, I guess in that there are hints about Firefly and there are hints about Aventurine, but there's not anything concrete. But anyway, yeah, happy with that. I think, you know what, maybe I'm biased towards Penacony, but I'm going to put them in that order. So next we have 2.1, Into the Yawning Chasm. So this is Acheron and Aventurine's release, and we have the story ramping up some more. I think what I'm going to do is put it in A as a prediction. Maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but I think like these early story ones and then the peak story ones are going to be quite high up. And then once we get towards the more fillery ones, they'll be a bit lower. And hopefully we'll end up with some more balanced tier list, but I'm trying to be better and less rigid with how balanced I want the tier lists to be. So I think I'm happy with that. In A tier, let's give it a watch. 2 minutes 57. But also we don't have the little events bit at the end, which we saw those disappear in Genshin, which we're seeing now here too. So 2 minutes 57. Here we go. So, Penacony.
It, so there's no need to hide.
Seem
Even
much
the shiniest
more
city has its
story-driven
dark
here. Are we in? Yeah, we are.
Surely I don't need to explain too much to you.
Acheron Gallagher. So far.
Here's to you, sober one, with this glass of a dream within a dream.
It's only when the sword is unsheathed
Building into Acheron. Here we go.
those hazy memories start to become clearer.
For me, it was the fact that Acheron was Ride and May that made me go, okay, absolutely. When do we get Ride and May skin? That's my question.
The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way.
So, Aventurine. Venturine's one of those characters that I think when he released, I didn't... Like, well, before he released and before the story in this patch, I had very little interest in. I found him a bit annoying. But they did such a good job of making you really connect with him. So, now we have the boss. That feels like it's gonna look a bit like Gilgamesh's abilities going forward. If they actually do his Kings of Babylon.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and
ready to unveil your cards?
That scene, that was really hype. I think because I think Penacony really... Oh, or maybe we do have this events bit at the end. Never mind. But I think Penacony really lends it into those singular visuals, like those moments. Like we had the scene of like Aventurine at the front with all of the chips behind him. We had the scene of Acheron drawing her sword. We had the scene of Acheron as Ride and May in the grayscale world. Like there are so many of those moments that came along the Penacony line, which I feel like we had less of them before 2.0. But yeah, this was really good. I really liked it. Otherwise, another world to the simulated universe. Acheron set in the AoE set, maybe? I feel like I've not used that set, maybe ever. Making sure to drink. It's starting to feel it in my throat. Weirdly, only happened in the version trailer videos, but anyway. The point stands. I think that was really good. That was really hype. I'm going to put it in A. And I think I'm happy with it in A. I have a feeling maybe the next one might be a candidate for the S tier, but we will see. But yeah, for now, A. And so that brings us to 2.2, then Wake to Weep. So this was the kind of conclusion, right, of the Penacony arc, if I remember correctly. So I think for that reason, we've got another candidate for the S tier. Like these like storyline conclusion ones and the region introduction ones are our top tier options. And so for that reason, that's going to be my my prediction. Here we go then. Then Wake to Weep. I think this is going to be incredible.
Newsflash! Penacony's Charmony Festival has entered its countdown phase. The singer Robin, famous throughout the cosmos, has announced in a recent press conference that she will release a new album for the festival.
I'm so ready for me to have been completely wrong on which patch this is.
And for the future
Yeah,
of Penacony.
Boot Hill and Robin's release? Question mark?
Let's deal with these thugs first. Then we'll talk about how to deal with you.
Boom. Bill Hill, a character I skipped so I could invest in Firefly instead. That was my take on Break.
Finally, you've arrived. Everything is ready.
I remember
It's time to step on stage.
going to some like shady dealer in a back alley in Star Rail to get the Robin EP in game early, so I could play it in the Express car, like a day before the album actually released. But here we go. Maybe this wasn't the conclusion. Were those bosses there at the end? Maybe it was. Oh, this moment. Like the fake out and the story ending. Oh. And the Trailblazers in their hats. What a time that was. Man, what a patch. What a... I feel like I'll be 100%. A teensy bit underwhelmed on how they hinted to the story happening. But I think they did a good job with like interlacing some of those moments, but not as hype as I was maybe expecting. But you know what? That's fine because the patch was crazy. So yeah, we'll see where we place this on our list in the end, but let's see them. I think. Oh, did I just? No, okay, we're fine. I thought I just accidentally clicked on an up next rather than that. So I think for me, honestly, I think we're either in B or A, and I think I'm going to be a little bit critical and put it in B to begin with. Do I have a huge amount of justification? Maybe it's just feeling a bit underwhelmed, but yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So next up we have 2.3, Farewell Penacony. So this was Firefly's release, Jade's release. This was on the floating boat, where we had the story with with Sparkle and the bombs. I think the trailer for this was really cool, but I don't remember. It's the long and short. I think I'm going to chuck it in top of B as a prediction, but we shall see. Otherwise, yeah, let's go. 2 minutes 59.
To me, hiding is much easier than being honest. Yet,
Are we going to have the appearance of the other Robin song that came in this batch?
Any ordinary person would. Forgotten someone, my gray-haired friend?
Sparkle's involvement.
I put a bomb on this ship. You have 10 minutes to find it. Better hurry.
I mean, there's quite a few of those. Sam.
Clean up.
Man, what a cool character.
Ignite.
Which Hoyo never seems to stop buffing, do they?
Always remember, don't leave with any regrets.
And the third death, question mark?
So now,
was it 3 deaths in the Elio script? So Jade's animations now.
As distant as it may be, I'm more than capable of keeping you on a tight leash.
And yeah, one of those characters that
now. For me,
did skip at the time,
my
but
script isn't over yet.
It's been a while, little Yelena.
yeah.
I
So
propose a toast.
now into the story.
Since you care so much, speed up the countdown to the future of Penacony and the
And
universe.
the build.
Can I interpret this?
And this will be Divergent Universe's release.
Correction. It's a new subject matter that Dr. Ratio and I have personally agreed on.
You know, when are we going to get Skrulin? It's been so long. But yeah, we've made it. It did feel, again, like I I think they hyped up Sparkle and the bombs much more than like, I think in some of the cases, like the last Penacony one, it felt like the actual story was even more hype than the trailer was. But I think in this case, for this patch, at least in my memory, it felt almost like the other way around. That this part of the story, I think, was a bit more underwhelming when compared. But yeah, this was when we got the arcade mini games online, like fighting each other, online versus, which well, this had been the first time we'd have had something like that. Yeah, otherwise this is a relic that I spent ages farming along with this. But Honkai Star Rail. So I think for me, I'm going to go and I think honestly place it here in the middle of B. And I think I'm quite happy with that. One major trailer is missing. 3.5, they added the Deliverer trailer Trailblazer. Let's take a look then. So for 3.0, would you look at that? And they're also missing 4.1. How bizarre. Okay. Well, I can go and I guess we'll go find those now. So you'll see we've got 4.1 added here and the 3.5 one added here. Next then, we have 2.4, Finest Duel under the Pristine Blue. So this is Yunli's release. We went back to the Lawfu, and this was part 1 of a two-parter. So usually, like, I think that this one will be a little bit less exciting than the next one with Fei Xiao. And yeah, so I think for that reason, I'm going to be a little bit critical of this one. And then I think I'll put the next one a little bit higher. So top of C is where I'm going to chuck it. Yes, it's a lot of the time I do check, and today I was like, no, okay, this is an official playlist. There's going to be no issues. Like, there's no shorts. I don't need to filter those out. And well, here we are. But you know what? It's fixed now. So we'll get through this. So 2 minutes 30, version 2.4 trailer, Finest Duel under the Pristine Blue. Here we go.
Coming back to this place brings back so many memories.
Yeah, back to the Lawfu.
There you are. Everyone, this way.
The Xianzhou Lawfu will be holding the
Jing Yuan
preliminary
talking to us
combat
again.
art ceremony. Your presence would be
And there's
greatly appreciated.
this one, General Huai Yang, I think that's his name, arrives along with Yin Li,
Hello there. Hey,
stealing Yanqing's swords.
want to strike? Oh, all of them?
Character I got very recently for losing a 50-50.
Master Yun Li, look at how hard I've been training.
March becoming an apprentice under Yin Li.
The shackling prison on the Lawfu is completely different from the one on the Yaoqing. It's completely underwater.
So, Xiao Chou's released as well. Big old Acheron buff in at that point.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
Shackling prison.
After regaining my freedom is the flesh and blood of my fellow kindred.
My condolences.
Shui dead? Oh my god. This is really hype for what's coming.
If this is what they want, I'm always up for a challenge.
And Fei Xiao at the arena. That was really cool. Like, much more than I was expecting. So, March's other form. And training mission. Well, I guess this is just animations. I remember pulling for Fei Xiao, but I didn't have Topaz, so I ran her with March so much. And yeah, that was one of my my main teams for a long while. Along with my Firefly team, Acheron team. Taking pictures of trash cans. More trash cans. those moments and events with the trash cans were also fun. But yeah, there we go. So, I think for this one, it was a lot more hype than I was expecting and than I remembered. So I think I'm going to chuck it an A as a result, and I think I'm quite happy with that. So next, we have then the second part of the Return to Lawfu 2.5, Flying Aureus Shot to Lupine Rue. This was really fun. Like, I remember when this story came out, I was a bit skeptical. I was like, do I really want to go back to the Lawfu? I've just gone from the peaks of Penacony, and I was really shocked. I enjoyed it so much more than I expected. I think I'm going to put it in B. I don't know how the trailer will be. So this will have been then Fei Xiao and Mo's release. So yeah, let's give it a watch. Here we go. 2 minutes 39.
Welcome everyone to the War Dances Knockout.
Luca arriving.
Both fighters are ready. The final showdown.
I remember this event was also a lot more fun than I expected it to be. And Lingsha, of course.
Welcome, Miss Lingsha. I am Preceptor Tauron.
Character I spent basically everything to try and get. Needed to retire my Gallagher. I made use of him on both the Break team and Acheron's team, so I needed to free him up somehow.
Fei Xiao, the force of stars containment are crawling with wolf-like creatures. They're moving fast. Hold them back.
And here we go.
I venture forth to
Fei Xiao's release.
I'll see the general's duty through to my
She's so
last
cool.
breath. Are you ready for your death, abomination?
And what a fight this was.
Iron's Claw, you have betrayed the Alliance. Monsters have been born for war and die for war.
Pray that the arrows of the hunt will pierce the heart of every monster.
Boom. There's our splash out. That was really cool. So yeah, whilst we go through this bit, there's like so many. I forget just how dense the Star Rail character releases were all. Like feeling quite different to the Genshin ones, where it would be a character a patch, sometimes not even a character a patch. Whereas there's so many, which I guess the case can be made. Where are our 4 stars? as you just mentioned. But yeah, I do think it's as much as like a lack of 4 stars is upsetting, it does mean that you don't run the risk of such amazingly designed characters being not as good as you'd want, if that makes sense. It means they're less obtainable, but they will always be quite good as a result. So I guess it's a trade-off, right? But I do think a lack of 4 stars is still a bit upsetting. I think I like the first one a little bit more. Both were actually, to me, they're very much the same. I expected to like the second one more than the first one, but actually I think both of them really, really hyped up that storyline. So I think that's I'll put them in this order, but it's very marginal for me. But yeah, so next we have a return to Penacony, Annals of Pinecany's Mappou Age. So this was Rapper's release. We have our favorite banana monkeys coming into the story, and this was a patch that I was like, is the story going to be that exciting? And it really was, actually. So I didn't expect to like it. I didn't expect to like Rapper that much, but I think they really, really sold me with the storyline. But how good do I think the trailer will be? I think I'm gonna go and put it here in B, and we'll see whether it hypes that up or not. But yeah, B tier. Let's see. 2 minutes 40. Here we go.
Actors, take your positions.
Mr. Wrecker, a character we're still waiting on. You know, a very worthy 4-star. I feel like we should have gotten a long time ago. But maybe he'll get the 5-star treatment too. We'll have to see. But Rapper, are we in lower? No. Sometimes bit rates not so happy.
The power of ninjutsu here is quite dim. I shall unleash the vibrant colors of dazzling ninjutsu.
So showing off our abilities. The boss or like enemy type where they're all the same, share the same health bar.
Their peels, we can never break free of its encapsulation.
Oh.
Finally, all preparations leading
This is
up to
really
the
hype.
climax are in place. Let us welcome the beatific final act.
Blue Hill's return. The fight against the banana monkeys. Boom. Robin doing a show.
Your name will carry your ideas, your convictions, and your destiny. Your ninja name belongs to you alone. So the decision is yours to make.
Dazzling ninja reporting for duty.
You know, I think that was really, really hype. Like, I think much more than I was expecting. Like, they went like cutscene to cutscene to cutscene to cutscene. Maybe like the pacing feels a bit different because we have, I guess, only one new character released, but I think that was so cool. There only one new 4-star. They've robbed us. Where's Mr. Wrecker? That was the time. Whereas now he's one of those we might be waiting forever for characters, but you know what? We'll survive. We'll live. Unknowable domain arriving at this point too. As much as I do really like Divergent Universe in its current state, I do wish we did get those more standalone simulated universe type things where like there was a complete state to it. I don't know what it was about them, but like the current Divergent Universe, I feel no drive to really grind out, if that makes sense. Whereas I think like those simulated universe things, you just grind out, grab all the primos, and then be quite happy, be quite satisfied. Anyway, that's it. That's real off topic. So I honestly, I liked this a lot more than I thought I would. And I think I'm going to go and put it quite high in A. There was some, like, they did a really good job with like interlacing the cutscenes, like building up the hype, showing the characters, showing the conflict more than I was expecting. But yeah, that's that. And so we have the final one of the Penacony saga, 2.7, and a new venture on the 8th dawn. So Sunday, Ting Yun. You know, I was so excited. Oh my god, Sunday, gotta grab him. Gonna need him for the memo sprites. Didn't pull a Glare, and he basically barely got used for me, other than like running double action advance Jingli Yu and double action advance whoever. But you know what? He is coming back with Brain Yaisakura teams. Evanesha, sorry. But yeah, so I think this will be cool. I don't think it will be groundbreaking, and so I'm gonna go and chuck it in B. And I think I'm okay with that. So let's give it a watch. 2 minutes 17, the finale of the 2.X's.
Ah, welcome to the party car.
The party car.
Would you like to have a drink, a snack, or commence party?
There's even more reason to be here now, which I haven't really gotten engaged with, but Man, this music's so
We may
vibey.
not be able to get a party started right now, but please feel free to relax and unwind
The
here.
bathtub. I feel like I remember everyone freaking out about that.
And yet, widely scattered.
And then everyone freaking out about the fact that Tinyu's
Dreams of a
back.
past life are now all gone. Though the cosmos stretches far and wide, as long as we hold each other in
The
our
savior of freeing up
always be a
Harmony
chance for
MC to become Remembrance MC.
Before I leave Penacony, I'd
And
like
then
to take some
Sunday.
time to look back. Who knows who's been invented?
I do think they did a really good job with the way they treated Sunday's story here.
Not fade away.
And fun fact, this this story was this is the patch I started my my YouTube channel.
To leave the stage for good.
First ever video was pulling for Sunday,
One must first step back onto the stage.
and the refight against the boss.
Have you ever thought about making them pay?
Man, I don't remember the hurt of it at all. Maybe I'm going crazy.
I ask you this.
The hint towards Big Herter, where we're going in Amphoreus. This was really cool. But yeah, my point was the first ever video I made, I basically made the YouTube channel with the idea of doing my Sunday pulls here for the first time. So you've got this patch to thank for all of this. But yeah, it's what a time that this was. And then I also did my first story playthrough of this part of the story. Went on YouTube, got basically no views, so I took it down. But I remember the story being really fun. And we had then update to the Divergent universe, and that is the patch. I think that trailer was a lot more hype than I remember, but I don't think as hype as some of the ones above it. So I think I'm going to put it in beta. And so that rounds out the 2.x's, and we are on to version 3.0. Starting with OP Nameless Faces. Now, interestingly, we've got two things here. Mythology opening trailer and OP Nameless Faces that aren't labeled as version trailers like 2.0 was. I think from this point is when I started to lag behind with catching up with Star Rail. So I think I did do the story in this patch, and then I did the 3.1 story at the end of that patch, and then I just got stuck behind. But I think as a result, doing the story at the end of those patches means I also didn't really watch the live streams because I didn't want to get spoiled at the time. But we continue nonetheless with this. Now it's a new major version, and so I think we're going to be pretty high. There, we're going to see the characters, we're going to see the new areas, we're going to get like so much hint at the story that's to come. Having it split in two is a little bit challenging for this list because I don't know, will both of them be just as hype as each other? Will only one of them be? We'll see. But here we go. OP Nameless Faces. Ooh. Fine on with golden blood. Amphoreus, Aglaya, Tribby, Cypher, Anaxa Hyacine, Mighty, Cass. Man. Okay, I'm here for this. Oh, look at that effect. And Cyrene. I feel like I do remember seeing this and thinking, oh my god, look at all of these characters. Oh. and the camera and what's going on with March. And Big Hurter. Paean of Era Nova. So it wasn't named there, but wow, that was very hype. I love vocals in music, and that was really good. I really liked that. I think maybe here. I think I liked the Penacony one more, but I think that's my bias towards Penacony, and you guys are gonna have to stick with that. You're gonna have to put up with that. Next, we have Mythology opening trailer, Song of Divine Silence. So we've got this paired alongside 1 minute 23. Let's predict. Because it's also a 0.0, we've got to put it up there. That's my my general feeling. So yeah, happy with it in S. And do I think it will be higher? I'll put it here actually. Let's see. So here we go. 1 minute 22.
The eternal land, Amphoreus, a world
Black Swan's
where
introduction.
three paths intersect.
3
Titans,
paths.
the ancient gods of Amphoreus, once worshipped by humanity.
So this
They
is
now
our kind of
stand as their
lore
foes.
info. The last one was hype here characters.
Like a dewdrop. A black tide swallowed
Express
the world,
car
inundated
landing.
in blood.
Save Akima! The Mad King Nikador has returned! Look! There's strife!
This is
and
very,
conflict
very hype.
everywhere.
A war in the name of the gods lifted the curtains to turmoil.
And I guess in the same way, we are seeing a bunch of the characters. But this feels much more
Even gods
early on
can
story
bleed.
hinted.
Eventually step off the stage. For if death cannot be avoided, I wish it could contain beauty.
Whereas now we're getting more towards the later bits. Like this was definitely not in 3.0.
When you have
Oh
a chance
man,
to make a choice,
that's hard.
make one that you know you won't regret.
Stand with
And
me
there we go.
and become heroes!
So the last one felt like a hype. This is 3.0. Look at all these characters. Look at these new areas. Whereas this is, here's why you want to care about the story. Oh, do not play. Stop. Stop. And I think it deserves to be up here. So that brings us on to 3.1. Light slips the gate. Shadow greets the throne. So this was Mighty and Tribby release, and I think it will be quite good. I'm going to chuck it in A. As we all know, with the character trailers, with all of the animations, Mirrored Celestias, Amphoreus was one of those step-ups, so I'm so ready. I'm so ready to join the hype here. So here we go, 3.1 trailer. The present and past of Mighty's home.
In fear you shall abandon your mortal body, King of Bravos.
Let me have the honor of taking
Boom.
the lead in this battle.
That was a really cool effect, like the flashing camera feeling, the going between like strobing.
Blood in flames.
Final fighting.
3 molded life with their hands.
And now the
and 3 guided calamity's
other
gate.
end of the story.
3 carved the
I think it's crazy the amount of like new areas and new bits of story that came each patch here. And obviously I'm not fully caught up, but it felt crazy to me as I was doing it. Boom.
It's time to end this.
And this character's introduction was so like insane.
Destined to be crowned.
I think the one cost of Amphoreus in general was just how long each quest was. That it feels like a huge undertaking to to do the story, but once you're in it, it's so good.
The son of Gorgo will be drowned in blood!
His pose there. And you know, when the Fate collab was happening the first time around, still got the version things at the end, okay. But yeah, when the Fate collab was happening, just after, well, soon after Mundane came, I was distraught because we weren't getting Gilgamesh. So, the side note, you know, so glad that he's arriving. But, yeah, it's one of those, there's quite a number of similarities between Mundane and Gilgamesh looks-wise. But, yeah, hype patch, nonetheless. But we are slowly entering the territory where my knowledge gets worse and worse on this stuff. But very good. And I think what we'll do is chuck it. I think here is where I want to put it right now. We'll see what we do as we go, but I think I'm happy with the placement here. And so that brings us on to 3.2. Through the Petals in the Land of Repose. So, Castoris and Anax's release, I think. So, again, I think this will be really good. I don't think it will quite hold up to the top tier in S with some of the things we've seen there, but I'd love to be proven wrong here. So, A tier, and let's see. Here we go, 2 minutes 52. Oh, and buffering staff.
I just
love that.
want to know if my touch, if my embrace can do more than taking things away. Can I make anything? Can I leave anything behind? But now, perhaps I might have one last chance. Sleep now.
Oh. I'll be 100%. I don't know how we're doing, but my screens are frozen. Let's try again.
I might have one last chance.
So.
Sleep now.
Froze for a second again. I hope we're fine. But, man, Cass's animations are all so clean.
I completed the proof you wanted.
As expected. This is the moment when the flame chase
So,
journey
yeah,
is the
this is a story I did
closest to its
only
end.
really recently, like the last couple of months,
In that
and
case, let the show begin. Straight to the
I was blown away by the story in this.
Undisputed victory.
And if it wasn't for the amount of time it takes to do these quests, I'd have got the football caught up.
To replace said Titan.
But
it's not a ludicrous idea
after
all.
The hints of what's going to happen.
It is my hope that you bring a much needed change to this world.
I hate this guy. I don't know why I hate him, but I do.
I will bring rest.
Cypher.
Your lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter.
Stagnant life will once again flow.
The sky above us, it's not real, is it?
Man, the way that they're like flowing between these cutscenes and showing off little hints of what's going to go down.
It may be brief, but it's the proof that I once lived.
Through the Petals in the Land of Repose. That was so cool. I think this is an S tier. I really enjoyed that. Like, I think they did such a good job of like showing off some of those cutscenes, like the voice lines of Anaxa challenging the idea of a Titan. The way that they kind of interlace all of those moments was so good. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Castoris was too cool and froze my PC there. Oh, wow. So, I think we're going to be approaching soon a point where spoilers are going to feel like a concern. So, I think whilst we're here, my approach is going to be, I'm not going to pay too much mind to the actual contents. but I'm gonna kind of flow with the hype. But I think that was S. So nicely an S. And so that brings us on to 3.3. Now, as I just said, I think I am halfway through this patch's story that I did live here on the channel. I want to keep doing it, but I need the time. But once I have some time, I'll absolutely continue getting caught up. But we're gonna slightly oh my god, this is so cool, but not pay as much of a attention as maybe one would want, but I think that's fine. So from here on now, my predictions become a little bit shakier, right? I've got less basis to go off of, so I'm gonna be safe and chuck it in A. So we'll see. So here we go then. 3.3, 2 minutes 56. Let's do this. So about half of this I'll be quite familiar with.
My ancestor.
The other half I won't.
Celiosi, the Day Thunder Knight.
Captions are in
spear against the sky and ushered
Chinese.
in
Okay, we'll continue.
flame-chasing era that continues to this day.
Miss Hyacinth!
So Hyacinth's release, and alongside her came
Let's have a break. Guide with the rainbow
I should really know this, and I don't. Then next was Seradra and Hysolins. So who came alongside Hyacinth?
Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
I'm lost.
Era's flame chase journey is nearing its end. Friends, let us soar together.
Well, I'm about to go up and try and approach that thing, I think. Cypher! Okay, yeah, I'm with you. The first half of the story was mostly Cypher focused. Okay. And the kind of hints at Zagreus and what that really means.
Our cute play session is over.
Ultimate animation. Okay. I have not seen this. What? What the hell? I'm assuming that's the Sky Titan. The sea's involved. We're just gonna go along with the hype. Not gonna analyze too much. Was that Cypher dead? Oh my god. Okay. Wow. Wow. We won't dwell on too much of what happened, but that was so exciting. I think one issue we might run into with the state of this list is I think I'm gonna fall into hype so much more with the ones I don't know about than the previous ones, but I guess that's a penalty. That's a penalty we have to take. But that was so cool. Just it feels like as with what we've seen with a lot of the content, the floor of how good these trailers feel has gone up. Like Amphoreus in general, like across the board with all the things we've reacted to, character trailers, Myriad Celestia's animated shorts, has felt like it's raised the bar. And I really, really felt that in this one. And I'm gonna do that. And I think that's A-okay. So next we have Finon's release, For the Sun is Set to Die. Now, as a person who doesn't know a huge amount about Finon, because I'm not caught up to this stage, Finon's trailer, Finon's Myriad Celestia, and we didn't see the animated shorts from then on because they're integrated in the story, but I have some high expectations. Like, from what little I know, Finon's one of those characters that, like, I think in Hoyo titles, at least, okay, let's rephrase that. Within Genshin and within Star Realm, there are a few characters that felt like Hoyoverse put special attention into, and you see real character development and you see real like emotional impact. And I think as the games have gone on, more and more of those characters appear. But like a standout is like Farina. I think from what I know about Finon is one of those characters that they've held nothing back. And like in the quests I've seen, when we were playing, as let know that the Finon voice actor won awards, and I completely see it. Like the voice actor does such a good job, like having that emotion, and I think I think this is going to be great. Anyway, that's my little preamble. I'm going to chuck it in here. That's my my rogue prediction. Here we go then. 3.4 trailer for The Sun is Set to Die. Okay, again, we're going to be a little bit la la la. Okay, not voiced in English. I'm going to assume that is a unfortunate penalty of voice actors, but I'll go back so I actually pay attention to the words here. But yeah, here we go. Behold, O gods. Just after I was praising the final voice actor. Oh? Idis Elysiae. That's where Finon came from. This music. Oh. And his then second form. And the Holy Grail War as well. What a patch. Fate. Oh. I remember squeezing out every last pull I could physically get to get Archer's Light Cone for the spending however many pulls. Which I absolutely want Gilgamesh's one if that's what's coming. Lancer, when are we gonna get him? I feel like seeing the fake collab parts, I feel like the underwhelming nature of how that story felt like underwhelming. But then see the flashes of like the Amphoreus story. Oh my god. That looked so good. That looked really, really good. Free Archer, woo! But wow. This was a patch. And I think if I like push away my how my feelings about how they did the fake collab, at least at this stage, really good, right? I think I'm really hopeful, as I think everyone is, that the fake collab this time around will, I guess, build on what's so great about, I guess, Fate as an IP. We're getting more characters involved, which is fantastic. But yeah, we'll have to see, right? We'll have to see. This when Firefly skin came. I think it's a shame that the Sam aspect of the Firefly skin doesn't have as much going on, but yeah. So there it is. I think that was so good. That was so good. I want to chuck it somewhere like this, towards the top of S tier. I think like for me, like when you have vocals and music in like a trailer, I think that's so cool. Like that just gives like a little bump for me, along with the fact that they're introducing a new region. But that was so good. But yeah, it will probably be in JP, but they do have the option in game, right, to have JP voices on the JP voiced characters and English voices alongside. So we might be able to have like everyone speaking English and then Archer and Saber coming through and speaking in JP. We'll have to see, right? But next we have a new addition that I added because, oh no, wait. We don't want to go here. I need to go and grab my other tab. So we're going to go out of full screen. I need to go find the the tab with that I separated with the other two. And we can grab this. So I'll go chuck it here. So the Deliverer Trailblazer. Yeah, for whatever reason, we didn't have the 3.51 in the official Hoyo playlist, but that's okay. We've got it now. So what to do with it? The Deliverer, and it is 1 minute 49. I think this is going to be amazing, is my prediction, to be honest. I imagine this, well, as a person who's not caught up, I imagine this is pretty close to that conclusion. Now, obviously, I think the true conclusion will be right at the end, but I think this will be another step in that direction and feel insane, right? Because, yeah, I can't believe we skipped from 3.4 to 3.6, but yeah, here we go then. The Deliverer Trailblazer. Let's do this. So we have Amphoreus. We have the Chrysos. Oh. What? Cypher, Finon, in his fancy special form. A boss that I thought I'm not going to think too much about that boss. Hysolins and Ceridra. Big Hurter. All of the core flames. Cyrene. Alicia, of course. Okay. Whole gang with different people joining as we walk forward. And off we go to fight something. What is that? Dan Hung in his fancy form. Okay, don't dwell. Don't dwell too much. Boom. Before their deaths. That was really cool. We went a little bit like la la la, don't pay too much attention. But yeah, I think we are I think like there was no voicing, but it was really hype. Like, I think it lives here because it had so many of those scenes, so many of those characters hinting at what's going to happen, which, well, I don't know. And as a result, I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, I think it will happily live there. So now we have, I will now close this tab. Don't have that addition, and we're on to 3.6, Back to Earth in Evernight. So Evernight and DHPT released at this point. I am going to go chuck it in A, and maybe quite high A, or middle of A, and we'll see what this has got in store for us. So version 3.6, and it's 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Here we go. I didn't hit play. Okay, we've got the... It's frozen again. Man, this has been maybe the worst for streams I've done in terms of production. Maybe just unresponsive. Okay, man. Gonna have a great time fixing all of this in the old edit, but here we go. 3 minutes, 2 seconds. Let's go for real this time.
With the Era Nova now complete, you have granted the hero the perfect conclusion.
Okay.
What can change a person's nature? Is it memories? Unfortunately, the result is just the opposite.
What? Dan Hungs.
Rise from your dormancy and follow me as soaring dragon of the wilderness.
He does look really cool in this form.
Mountains roar. Dragon.
I do like Invincibility name more, but I think like they did a really good job with like the golden dragon effects with this form.
Sink into the sea of oblivion and become
And then
like
Evernight.
the
Evil
Evernight
March.
draws near. Time for some sweet dreams.
Similarly, has really cool animations.
Until we meet again, everyone.
Boom.
Self-righteous path strider of the harmony. You think you can do that?
You know that the dawn is there, and the blazing sun.
Oh my god.
If a new life is to be born,
Didn't they start this out by saying everything was over?
And the one who guards the Trailblazer's way forward.
now, let's bring the true Evernight to this world.
Oh my god.
Trailblazer, write an ending unlike any that ever was.
Cool. I've got chills. That was really cool. Man. Man, oh man. I need to get caught up. But yeah, another free character. Oh. I feel like I did spot Sunday's appearance there, like very briefly, summoning like some like mannequin type characters. But this is an event I've really enjoyed. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Yeah, so, you know, weirdly, was unable to keep up with the story, but did keep up with every event that came in the meantime. Yeah, weirdly, kept up with, I don't think I've missed any events. Like, I kept up with dailies, kept up with spending energy, but couldn't keep up with the story itself. Yeah, Anomaly Arbitration, is this when it arrived? I guess so. The 2 new relic sets, one for Evernight, one for DHPT. And that is that. Yeah, so I think that was really interesting. I think it does live in A, but I think it lives maybe ahead of that in top of A. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I feel like S tier is getting a little bit contested, but yeah, happy there. So next we have then 3.7. Also, we're not in a full screen here. Man, production value. 3 minutes 26 as tomorrow became yesterday. So I believe that this is Cyrene's release and only Cyrene's release, question mark. I imagine this is going to be really good. I think I'm going to go chuck it here and we'll see. Again, no context, just character releasing and I guess what I imagine the story will lend itself towards. But yeah, let's give this one a watch too. Here we go. As tomorrow became yesterday.
Amphoreus' karma has vanished from the matrix of
Jing
prescience.
Yuan.
Unlike Penacony's dreamscape, this place has built up a true epic measured in millennia.
Wild Void Rangers
What?
are just incredible pawns of
Okay, we're
destruction.
slightly la 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 as we
Wild
go.
Boars are
The Lord Ravagers.
But Jing Yuan's here.
Everyone, time
Screwlum's here.
In 13 heartbeats, they will begin recalculating the universe.
Welcome to the Trail of Genesis, friend. Are you prepared to awaken
What?
the riddles? Turn over this eternal page.
So of course we've got Cyrene's animations.
Shine for the heroes. in that beautiful tomorrow.
Okay.
Finally. The end of this journey. With this fire, I wish you eternal victory.
Once you take this step, there's no turning back.
The infinite cycles have been broken.
As the ruler of Planet School.
Man, like the visuals of all of these scenes look amazing. And like the involvement of all these characters we know and love feels so exciting. Like, oh my god.
The ending is as we've written.
So that was really cool. I feel like this one felt that I think so many of these trailers, like Hoyo and the music have felt incredible, and that's gone kind of front and center. This one felt like the music took almost a step back and just let the visuals and let the voices tell this story and build hype and build excitement. And I don't think I like want for more from the music, really, which is I think bizarre. Like, I don't know. Is that a weird take? Like, that felt so exciting. So many characters coming along, so much going on, and oh, wow. Wow. Man, why? I need more time. I need more time. There's so many games I need to get caught up on. Man, but that was quite something. Yeah, that's all I've really got to say there. I feel like I shouldn't dwell too much, because I don't want to commit much of that to memory, even though as much as I'd love to. But yeah, wow. Maybe that. Done. Out of sight, out of mind. So next we have the oh wait, it's unreversed itself. Of course it has. So we'll go here, and then we'll go here again. So back to Penacony, right? 3.8, memories are the prelude to dreams. So here is the return to Penacony. We have the Dahlia arriving, and again, as haven't done this story, but I think it will be quite exciting. But it can't reach what we just saw, right? It can't. That, like, I think it will live in A, and I might chuck it here, but that was amazing. So we'll see. Prove me wrong, Hoyo, as you always do with these predictions. But yeah, so to round out the 3.x arc, here we go. 2 minutes 43.
Can you still remember where this journey began?
So glad.
Penacony.
Black Swan.
The land of the dreams. Someone might have made you forget some critically important information. Your memory of Penacony is incomplete.
What?
A part of it has already been stolen. We could be watched if we met anywhere else.
Is this suggesting something happened that
where I can feel safe
didn't actually show up?
That should stay between us.
And there's Dahlia.
The flame flickers ever stronger.
One of my luckiest catchables getting E1 and E0 in the same tentpole.
Think of that girl who can neither enter dreams nor wished to wake. Why did she slumber with you?
What?
It was a wish of the cosmos that
set you in motion. And in the tale where you are the protagonist,
so many of our
stars
characters here
themselves will defy the destiny of finality.
Can I take
Oh my
your
god.
arm and awaken your memories?
Even after paying such a heavy price, we only get one shot at this.
You're telling me that
Embracing fate.
there's this much more going on here?
Then this time, I shall embrace death!
What? I'll be 100%. My impression of what this patch was like, okay, here's Dahlia, here's like an excuse to show this character, but I thought it would be really fillery. That seems like there was so much going on. Like I think like Sunday's one. Like when we had Sunday and Fugue story, that felt very centered around them, but we didn't have that many of the rest of the cohort showing up. Whereas this, we saw like everyone. We saw everyone show up in that. Wow.
What is it?
Okay, so. That's these keep blowing away my expectations. This is. I need to get caught up, guys. Okay, you know what? Happiness. It's ridiculous. And so that brings us on to Plan Arcadia 4.0 No Aha at Full Moon. So these new introductions to new regions are always amazing. So the question is, are we going to go out and put something like this? And I think we are. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't have much basis, but gonna put it there. Let's give it a watch. 2 minutes 21. Here we go.
It means to become an eon.
To become an eon for a minute.
Are you here to join the Fantasy Moon game?
What? Oh, I love this presentation style. Like, I loved all the elation things we saw in the previous things about Star Rail. But it's like they're taking the having fun on steroids.
Now that the Fantasy Moon of Elation is full again, the Fantasy Moon Games will begin the schedule.
The game where the winner
becomes an eon. What? So, Sparksy. And it feels like they're having even more fun with like how they present the character animations. Like, this doesn't feel like I'm watching character animations going, unless you know that they're character animations.
This Arcadian world faces an extraordinary danger.
And I like how we've taken this like darker shift now that we're with Yao Guang.
The seer strategist, General Yao Guang. I see where the culprit is.
There are signs the Fantasy Moon Games are spiraling out of control.
8 masks, 8 supplicants. Come closer.
This is so cool.
Herald of Death is back.
Fantasy Moon Games must not fall.
I'm just a little bit blown away here. There's no watching commentary, but like hinting at all the characters that are coming. And I love how many times we return with the baseball bat. Wow.
Warning. Inter-astral threat level monitoring shows abnormal fluctuations.
Did you find the source?
So with the IPC again.
I'm locking on now. It's the Stellaron Hunters.
And that's a high hint at Civil Wolf level 999.
Punk Lord's esteemed wolf is back.
Oh man. It's between these two for me. What's the top? Like, I love the White Knight music video. Like, I think it's so fun. it's so like, that feels so iconic to me. But my God, did this feel like, what the hell's going on? Becoming an Eon, like, why are we like seeing all these characters? It's do I wait? Because I think this was more hype than White Knight. But I like the song. I like the I'm gonna, you know what? Because of my rules, only one will end up there in the end. But I will leave these two there and we'll make a decision towards the end. But yeah, because also the thing we need to remember, as you've said, this was when they had to delay everything, right? Due to political reasons. I'll say that. But yeah, maybe there would have been a song. Might be worth going and having a look later, but yeah, for now we'll continue onwards to 4.1. Now this is the first one. Oh, and yeah, 4.1 isn't in this playlist for some reason. Again. So I'll go grab that quickly for us. Here we go. Here it is. And I'll chuck us in this mode. So 4.1. I have seen this one live when the live stream happened, and I think I remember it being quite good. It did feel a little bit fillery, but there was quite a bit of like, a lot of it I went la 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 and didn't really pay attention to, so I don't know how much of it I really remember. I think I want to chuck it here as a prediction, but we'll see. Prove me wrong. As always, Hoyo, as you always manage to do. Here we go, 2 minutes 40.
Hello, guests from the Astral Express. Nice to see you again.
Who is this?
I was thinking of having Perlux Corp host an expo for the Astral Express.
When's she coming out?
As for the name...
Asking for a friend?
Here we come.
Yes, I remember this. I found it so cool how like all of these areas took like little aspects from each of the regions. Because the official story was Kakoli was good, right? The Power Rangers arrive.
And during the Phantom Moon Games, not only can
I'm so excited to go here.
But fear too.
Is that bloody handprints on the...
New herald of death is...
Well, Ashvale. And this was a shorter patch, right? 4 weeks?
Own hands. This old wolf hasn't lost his fangs.
Beasts slaughter each other.
But in the blink of an eye, we somehow became enemies.
The Power Rangers assemble. Oh no, they enter enhanced form. Oh no, they do assemble.
I forget about any fantasies of fairness and harmony. From this moment on, the Phantom Moon Games could follow in the footsteps of what happened 15 years ago.
If we handle the negotiations well, perhaps Aha could stand behind the Astral Express.
So teaming up with Aha.
Phantom Moon Games.
The moon is this Majora's Mask? What? That was so cool. Oh my god. I genuinely think, like, obviously I don't know much about Plan Arcadia, but it feels like it takes everything I like about the Penacony area and puts it on steroids. Like, it's willing to not take itself seriously. It's willing to be a bit more modern, but a bit more crazy. Like, I don't know. It to me feels like a region that like embodies what Star Rail is in my mind, if that makes sense. Man, I'm so excited to go there. But for now, we'll close this and then go back into full screen. And that was so hype. That was so hype. I think I wanna put it here. And oh yeah, that's all. Oh, that character's Pearl of the Stonehearts, question mark? Is Pearl one of the Stonehearts? Maybe not. But she looks so cool. Man, I'm so excited. Anyway, yeah, happily S. Like, no question about it being that high. Now, those of you who have seen more of these, I would want to rebalance here, but no, we're becoming... If it's S, it's S, right? We're becoming more... I'm fighting my urge for balance and becoming less like Thanos, question mark? No, sure. Anyway, 4.2. So laughed the masses. So this is also a live stream I saw and was quite surprised at how many people went and saw my thing of this. And then I made a summary for this version, and well, anyway, that's a completely different strain. So 4.2, I think I remember this being really cool. I think it's an anniversary patch. Silver Wolf level 999 is super hype. I think I'm going to chuck us here as a prediction. We'll see though. So here we go. The penultimate option, penultimate trailer. 3 minutes 15.
As the game's referee, you've been pushed onto the field.
Evernight.
In this moment, you are now a supplicant.
Foolish. A poor child who survived the herald of death. Who's the hunter? And
the Infinity Gauntlet.
Maybe when we arrived at the TV station, the debate wasn't just starting, but had already finished.
Enough small talk.
The cat being Cancer Elliot, right? So, Evanesha animations.
Then I shall become the sinner. Have you ever wondered, why am I the arbitrator?
Silver Wolf level 999 coming through.
Stage for a bloody spectacle.
I remember there's a boss that appears here, right? That looks very much like a Zenless boss. That's my my memory of this.
Wipe the floor with them. Unlimited firepower.
Oh man, Silver Wolf level 999 is so cool, isn't she?
Feast your eyes, Time for a real show.
Down into an open mouth.
This time, I will defend everyone's right to feel pain.
Okay. Yeah, that's the boss, right? Is that Sunday being real powerful?
I'll accept it.
I do love that Sunday's joined us. Like, I think that's such a cool addition.
Take a good look at who's taking you out. It's the last emperor.
Like, this is so hype. So laughed the masses. That was really cool. Like, obviously, the contents of what was actually happening, I have very little to go off of. Oh, and this event. I had so much fun, by the way, doing this event. I don't know what it was about it. Like the anniversary events, like, longer term game modes, of, like, obviously within a patch, but I think they're so fun. Like, I maybe is this a rogue comment, but I think with the one exception of Fall Guys in Zenless, I feel like Star Rail events are like the peak of Hoyo events in general, because I think they're so willing to do such like roguely different things and like implement entire like different games and constantly at that. Yeah, that might be my my hot take of the, well, probably one of many hot takes of the video, let's be honest. Yeah, the Castor skin. And that is all. That was so cool. That was so cool. I think it's so hard where the level of all of these have felt so high to do a distinct ordering of them. Like, I feel like I want to chuck it there, but yeah, happy And finally, that brings us to 4.3, the latest patch, the Leave Below the Living. So Blade coming back, and I think this will be really good. Again, I might chuck it here in S, but it will probably be S, let's be honest. And yeah, let's give it a watch. 3 minutes, 2 seconds. Here we go.
From the very beginning, Himeko never left Plan Arcadia.
I summon Graphia, mother of Imagenesis. May she come forth and deliver us into the world in canvas.
So, Blade.
Blade, you sure about this?
Whether as Ying Xing or as
He does look so cool in this form.
Has reached its end. I shall take veracity as my forge.
I haven't actually seen any of his animations.
My iron, die 1,000 deaths.
He's one of those characters that I'm like, can I afford to go for him when we get so many new characters coming next patch?
1,000 times over. Be the hammer. Are you ready to turn your vengeance against your god?
Against your
Just
god.
as you suspected, there is a
So Himiko.
52% probability that Mr. Ryusuke was being used by Asat Pramod.
If the world's end isn't the tavern, then what is it?
Come forth. Demonstrate your defiance.
Himiko other form.
Whether we chose this path or were forced onto it, leave no room for regret.
O denizens of this Arcadia, lost in its splendor, it was
Oh my god.
Asat Pramod, who delivered every promise of beauty to this Arcadia in advance.
Look at all the visuals here.
Indulge in these long overdue surprises.
Wow. Wow. That was really cool. Oh, man. Guys, I need to go co-op. I really need to. The general thing is, if I do end up doing story streams, stuff like that, they kind of just appear. I guess a little bit like this one. But yeah, wow. And this event I found really fun. Some of the time, like, I'm a little bit disappointed at how short some of the Star Rail events are. Oh, and when do we get this? This looks cool. But yeah, that, honestly, these trailers have been so hype. Which, you know, Hoyo does such a good job. Like, Hoyo doesn't really miss, do they? Like, they're so good at, you know, animating, blending music. Oh, wow. And that is that. Whew. And I'm gonna go and chuck this. It's very easily S. I just don't know where. That's been the story so far. I think I'm gonna go put it here in S. And so that does it. I need to pick between these two. I think I'm gonna choose White Knight as our peak, just because the music is so good. The trailer's like so iconic. And yeah, I'm being biased. It's my fondest memories of Penacony, but that's okay. And so that does it. Here is the final list. Here is the predictions list. Did we get anything that wrong? I think we were pretty decent overall, other than the release trailer being in S and we predicted it down in B. But you know what? It is what it is. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. And that does it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun doing this. I hope you did too. But yeah, let me know what my crazy takes were. Which one would you put right at the top? I'm super interested to find out. Otherwise, like, subscribe, the usual. It really does help out the channel. But yeah, I'm sure you'll like one of these videos. I've probably put one on screen. And if I haven't, scream at me in the comments as well. But yeah, until next time, Goodbye.